How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Sick Eric Tech. Today we're going to be talking about the upcoming Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra, and what we know so far. The specs aren't all there right now, but we're going to be going on over what we know so far, and should you upgrade if you already have the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. And for right now, I'm going on no. If you're a normal consumer just like yourselves and you're not a tech head or like me who run a channel or anything like that, then I would say maybe not. Save your money. But for me, I know I'm probably going to try to upgrade. I know Samsung has a lot of good trade-in values, so if you're able to do that, that's awesome. Get at least $1,000 off. That would be amazing. But we're going to be talking about, should you upgrade to the new Galaxy S23 Ultra when it does come out if you already have the Galaxy S22 Ultra? So going on specs of what we know so far, there aren't much other than the typical stuff of the cameras. You're now going to get a 200 megapixel camera compared to the 108 megapixel main sensor that you got on the S22 Ultra. And come on, guys, it is not all about the pixels. I don't know why they keep upping the pixels of these cameras when it doesn't matter. The Google Pixel devices have been the king of photography for what, 4 or 5 years, and all of those years they've been using a 12 megapixel camera. It is not all about the megapixels, guys. Going from 108 to 200 is kind of lame, and probably going to be why they justify that high price. But most of these photos are binned anyways at what, 12 megapixels. So what's the difference? Yes, they might let in more light, but I think that this is getting a little out of hand. Unless the sensor is bigger or something, I don't see that as much of an upgrade. The Galaxy S22 Ultra is my go-to phone. I use this phone to record almost every single video here on the channel and on my other channel, Prime Energon. I use this phone to record pretty much every single video I post online. And if I'm going to a concert or an event, I take this phone with me just because of the zoom quality. So cameras obviously going to get updated to that 200 megapixel camera. All the other cameras are pretty much going to be 10 megapixel periscopic telephoto lens, a 10 megapixel telephoto lens as well. It's the same setup as here. As far as the ultra wide, it's going to be a 12 megapixel ultra wide, pretty much the same setup. And as far as anything else goes, you're still going to get the 8K video recording. Not that anybody uses that. And you're going to get your typical 4K. The front facing camera, I believe, is going to be updated to a 40 megapixel. That's still kind of sketchy whether it's a 40 or a 10. It's still kind of sketchy whether it's a 40 or a 10 megapixel camera. And obviously 4K on the front and on the back as well. So that's all fantastic news. Like I said, I don't think going from 108 to 200 is going to make that much of a difference. You're still going to get decent photo quality at night, to where we still can get awesome photography and awesome video at night. It still looks kind of grainy, especially in the video department. So going from 108 to 200 megapixel, I don't see that as much of an upgrade. Battery is still going to be a 5,000 milliamp hour battery with 45 watt charging. And yeah, obviously you're not getting a damn charger in the box, so what difference does it make? Have all these damn notifications going on. So you're not getting a charger in the box, so what's the difference that's going to make if it's a 45 watt? Still no high wattage. All these other phones are doing 100 watts, 65 watts, and Samsung's barely up to 45 with no charger in the box. So not much of a change there. The Galaxy S22 Ultra had the same 45 watt charging, 15 watt wireless charging, and 4.5 watt reverse wireless charging on the S23. It is going to come with the new Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor, which is yay. More overheating, more beastly performance with that overheating issue that every other phone gets right now. With that new Snapdragon processors, I think anything above Snapdragon 888 had overheating issues to where they just overheat, and if you're trying to record video, they'll crap out on you. I think as these processors get bigger and newer and fancier, they just create more heat, in my opinion. So you're getting a Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor on that. So yippee, I guess. UFS 3.1 storage, things like that. The Adreno 740. So you're getting updated. You're going to be, out of the box, it's going to be running Android 13, One UI 5, maybe 5.1, who knows. So that's pretty cool. I do love One UI on the Galaxy S22 Ultra. Android 13 running absolutely amazing. Now, as far as the display goes, pretty much the same type of display is going to be a dynamic AMOLED display, 6.8 inches, 120 hertz HDR10 plus, but you're not going to get that curve that you got on the S22 Ultra. You get that really aggressive curve, not really aggressive, but it's been toned down over the years. But you're not going to get that much of a curve on the new S23 Ultra. It's going to be more of a square, boxier look, to where it's going to be a little bit rounded off, sort of like the LG G8. Not much of a curve there, but it's not going to be that much of a curve, and that people might like it as far as when you're riding on the with the S Pen on your display. You want be going off the edges. When you're doing that, it's going to be more of a flatter display. And for me personally, I don't mind curved displays. I actually like the way they look. A lot of people don't. It's purely aesthetics, as far as how the display looks. If it's curved, if it's flat, I really don't care. But you're not going to get that curved display. The corners might be a little bit rounded off on a new device as well. Now, whether or not the S Pen stays in the same spot, they could move the S Pen back on over to the right hand side, just because I am a righty, and having to pull the S Pen out over here with this hand is just a little awkward. I prefer the S Pen on this side of the device. So display wise, pretty much going to be the same. It's going to be a 1440 display, obviously high quality display, covered in Corning Gorilla Glass Victus Plus. So there you go. It's going to be durable, yet still scratch as easy as hell. But as far as the design goes on the back, it's still going to pretty much look the same as the S22 Ultra. So not much of an upgrade there. The colors are going to be a little bit more muted than usual. I love this green color and the burgundy color of the S22. These were my favorite colors of Samsung of all time. And the colors now are going to be more of a pastel colors. You're going to get like a pastel white, a pink, a green, and a black. And they look okay. They're very simple and muted, and not much to be desired as far as colors. I miss the days when we get colors like the LG G8 right here. I want a red phone just like this. Maybe this in a matte color. Oh, that would be amazing. Now colors on phones are getting boring. And yeah, I think this color will be just fine. If you have this color, stick with it. It's a great color. The green on the Samsung S22 Ultra and the burgundy were two of my favorite colors from this device. And as far as design wise, they're going to look the same, guys. Maybe less of a curve, and maybe might feel better in the hand, but the battery's pretty much going to be the same. The display might be the same, might get a little brighter if anything, but it's going to be pretty much the same. Fingerprint sensor will probably be the same ultrasonic fingerprint sensor. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. As far as Bluetooth, it'll be Bluetooth 5.3. So as far as everything else goes, I don't see that much of an upgrade here. And especially, this phone is supposed to be a little bit more expensive than last year. I believe starting, don't quote me on this, at $1,200. And I think that, yeah, if you're going to just keep your old phone, if it's that expensive. I believe this phone started, what, 11 up to 12, maybe 13, depending on the storage. And if Samsung does that whole free storage upgrade that they did last year, to where they have the 8GB 128, but if you pre-order now, you get the 12GB 256 storage, that would be cool too. And I think they're going to do that. And as far as storage wise, they're going to go all the way up to 1TB 12GB of RAM. It's going to start off at 128, but I think Samsung is doing the base storage now at 256. That might be in certain markets though. So I'm guessing the carriers like T-Mobile are going to get the 8GB 128 to start off with, and then give you the option to upgrade. And as far as Samsung goes, they will probably give you that option for the 1256 12 gigabyte 256 storage for free and keep that as the base, which is, I think, is great. I think we need to get rid of 128 and just go on up to 256 and have that be the base storage on all our devices here on out. So as far as upgrading, I would say no. When it comes down to the average consumer, if you already have the S22 Ultra, maybe keep it, wait a little while, let the reviews come out on, on social media and all, and see what people have to say about the S23, and then figure out there as far as upgrading. But obviously for me, I probably will try to upgrade just because I need to provide content for you guys and to see exactly if it's worth it. And I really do love my S22. I did not want to get rid of it. I said I would keep this phone as long as possible unless something better comes out, and that might be the S23 for me. But for you guys, if you already have this phone, I would say think on it hard, and wait to see exactly how it fares once this phone comes out, and then see if you want to upgrade to the S23 if you're coming from this phone. If you already have the S22s and the S22 Pluses, then yeah, upgrade. Totally, those phones are crap. And I think that the S23 base models and the S23 Pluses are probably going to be crap as well. They're going to be dumbed down, they're going to be underclocked, and they're not going to be anything special. The last year, the S22 was pure crap. I did not like that phone. It was too small, it was too laggy, did not like it. Battery life sucked on it, so I'm pretty sure Samsung's going to be doing the same thing with the S23 and the S23 Plus, making you go on over to the S23 Ultra. So with that being said, that is all I know. I try to look on the internet. That's all I know, guys, for the S23 and if you should upgrade or not. And thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. I don't care. Just as long as you guys subscribe. And don't forget to sign up for that giveaway of the LG V60. I'll post a link in the description down below. If you want to win an LG V60, go on over to that video and leave a comment, subscribe, and make sure you're in the US. And good luck to you lucky winners out there. Peace.